going to lose those minutes by minutes by minutes. And the end of the day, you're going to be like, what the hell did I do with my day? Oh, I talked with Bob for an hour.
Okay, we have a special treat. Okay, today. Today's going to be a little bit different, okay, from our standard Wednesday training. Francis is going to handle the first section of the training and going over designing your own market so we can powerfully, okay, step into whatever it is that you guys want to achieve, okay, right now in the real estate market with your businesses, with your personal lives, etc. Okay, I'm then going to cover at the end a little bit of a recorded call that Shar and I actually did together, where Shar really wanted to put me through the ringer on some really tough objections. And I think they go hand in hand because if you can really design out your goals and what you want to achieve right now, you'll have that drive to stay on the phone until you're getting what you want to have happen on there. Okay, so I'll let Francis step in and start off the training and take it away.
Hey guys, thank you guys for being here. I'm really, really excited to be with all of you today. We're cultivating some of the things we've been learning on just in time. And, you have to hear something 10 times sometimes before you hear it the first time. So I really wanted to hone in on creating your own market because in this market, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of people leaving the business. There's so much gossip and there's so much news, and it really affects us. It affects our clients. It affects the whole industry. So, how do you create an industry and how do you create your own market? And it all starts with how you think the market is, right? If you believe it's a good market, it's a good market. If you believe it's a not so great market, it's not going to be such a great market and you're not going to have clients. So it really stems from creating your own market and standing in your belief. And if does everybody have pen and paper? We're going to take some notes today. If you can just take a minute to get pen and paper. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, so let's get excited, right? Let's get excited about our life. Today is the first day of many days, right? We don't know how many days on this planet we have here. So let's be happy. Let's get excited because when you get excitement, the universe and you have a positive energy and sometimes it's hard in a market where it might not be, you're not doing as many deals as you want to be doing, or you're hearing things from other people. So really let's close all that chitter chatter out from everybody else. Let's stay centered, grounded, and we're really, really going to focus this next 30 minutes on creating your own market, creating your life in your next 30 days, and how impactful and powerful it's going to be because you guys are creating it, because you're excited about it. This is your life. Real estate is not an easy industry to be in. You guys are all here because you believe that real estate is where you should be. I believe that this is where you should be because that's why you're part of the team. So thank you guys again for being here. So here we go. What we think, everybody write this down. What we think determines how we feel. How we feel determines how we act. And our actions determine everything. What we think determines how we feel. How we feel determines how we act, and our actions determine everything. So if you guys think about that real quick, what we think, everything that comes into your mind creates a feeling in your body. It could be good, it could be bad. If you can create a filter to where whatever's coming at you, you don't believe all that is like the truth, right? You can create what you believe and what is so. I mean, there's 1,980 homes that were sold in San Diego just in August, right? So it's not like zero homes are being sold. People are doing business. So if you can think like, hey, can I be two of those 1,980 people a month or whatever your goal is? Why not? If other people are doing it, why not you? So if you guys can start with that mindset of like, hell yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go get business because this is what I do and I'm going to create it and create action against it. If you're just sitting at home and not making calls and not participating, of course, like that's going to be a little bit harder to hit your goals. But if you put your action behind it and really write out your goals and determine, hey, I'm going to make my 5 new quality conversations today because that's what I said I would do before I even start my day. watch what happens, watch what filters through, watch what comes, because a lot of people are sitting around and waiting for business to come. So I wanted to really hone in on that. So how do you change your thoughts, right? So our thoughts come from our beliefs. So what do you believe? Does everybody think it's a good time to buy right now? Does everybody think it's a great time to buy or sell real estate in this market today? Everybody? Yes. Is there anybody that doesn't? Okay, good. So that's the first start with your belief. Yes, this is a great market. So, okay. So what are you guys going to do for the next 30 days to hit your goals? Like, let's start with your income goal from, let's just say September 11th, today's September 11th to October 11th. What is that financial goal? Write this down. What do you want to make in the next 30 days? And make sure it's something that you've never made before. Like if you've only made 5 or 10,000, if you made 5,000 a month, make it 10,000. If you've made 10,000, make it 20,000. If you have a hairy, audacious, big goal of 50,000, make it that. Because it is possible, you guys. In this business, it is possible to make $50,000 to $100,000 a month. Easy. Like it really is, if you think it is, and if you put the action behind it. So write down that number. Does everybody have their number? Yeah? Okay, cool. All right. So who are you going to be for the next 30 days to get to that number? And when I say who are you going to be, what are you going to do differently in the next 30 days? We all have the same amount of hours in each day. We all have the same amount of time. How can somebody sometimes have 12 businesses going, make $1 million a month, and some people are broke and don't have any money and are wondering where they're going to get food from, right? Everybody's created equally. When we come into this world, yeah, we have challenges, but some people come from zero. Most of the time, like the big people that make it come from nothing because they work harder. They weren't fed, from a trust fund. The people that actually work hard and do the business usually come from nothing. So it's all a mindset, and it's really, really putting what you can into your time, into the time that we have, and using it wisely. So the next question I want to ask you guys is, what are you going to do different? And write this down. Like, who am I going to be in the next 30 days? Take it day by day. Let's start with today, right? So today, how am I going to show up differently in my life so that I can hit that goal of whatever goal I hit for myself for the next 30 days to hit that number? For example, what time do you wake up in the morning? If you're waking up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, what time are you going to wake up? Say it's 4, 5, or 6. Make it earlier, because the most successful people, you guys, wake up at 4 a.m. I'm not telling you to wake up at 4 a.m., but the most successful people, the 1%, wake up at 4 a.m. Spring B does it, Justin does it, Tony Robbins does it. The most powerful people wake up at 4 a.m. And again, I'm not telling you to wake up at 4 a.m., but just take that in consideration. If you can wake up 1 hour earlier, 2 hours earlier than what time you usually wake up, that's 2 hours you can have into your day to hit your goal. So that's making a change. So doing something different. Does everybody have, probably not, but if you don't have a paper calendar, we can get one from Tidal, but I highly suggest getting a paper calendar. If it's like a flip calendar, or so you can see your 30 days. And every day you wake up, let's start with today, the 11th. How do you want to create your day? So waking up earlier. I would suggest doing something with your diet, like giving something up. Like if you're a sugar freak, give sugar up. If you love fried foods, give fried foods up. If you're not working out, work out. Like put something into your calendar that you're going to have a win every day. And what does a win look like for you? We're all individuals, so I'm kind of talking to you guys as a group and making this day personal to you. So that's not why I'm not getting specific, but just commit to something with your health in the morning, commit to something with your diet, commit to drinking maybe a gallon of water. Have 4 or 5 things that say, I had a kick-ass day. I made my 5 conversations with new people, quality conversations. I set my appointments. Like, what are your appointment goals for the day? So you guys should be all writing this down while I'm talking about it, is how you're going to be different for the next 30 days. What are you going to do differently with working out, with your business, and with your health and with your environment. And so when you get the calendar, you guys, after you write all of that out, you're going to make a big X of red if you didn't do all the things that you said that you're going to do for that day to accomplish, or you're going to do a big green check mark. And so at the end of the 30 days, you'll be able to physically see, hey, where did I drop the ball? And where did I hit the mark? And you'll be able to see what's going on. Because sometimes you guys, if we have our phones and we're not seeing it visually, we don't get the impact of like, oh, yesterday sucked. Okay, what are you going to do differently today? And remember, every day starts anew. So when you wake up in the morning, review what you did yesterday and whatever you didn't accomplish that was on your list, make sure it's today. And what are you going to do differently today to make sure you hit that? Any questions on that or comments or feedback? It's all getting that? Okay. Um, again, and you have to enroll yourself in this vision every single day. So when you wake up, I'm going to hit these goals. I'm going to hit my 5 new conversations. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to not eat Jack in the Box or whatever that thing is that you do that you're like, oh, I wish I could not do that. Don't do that. Like for me, I'm going to commit to not eating fried food for 30 days. I'm vegan, so it's kind of, I eat pretty healthy, but sometimes vegans can eat not healthy too. I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day. Like that's something I'm committing to. I'm doing yoga every single day. That's what I'm going to commit to. So if you guys can commit to that, I'm going to get in 2 hours of calling every single day. I'm going to do this with you guys. I'm not just telling you to do this. I'm going to do it with you. And if you're struggling, I want to hear, like put it in the chat. I didn't do my calls today, or I didn't do my workout today. Like how to get re-inspired. So you have to re-enroll yourself every single day when you wake up and get excited about your life. Because if you're not excited about your life, you're not going to do it. So however you need to get excited about your life, say my next 30 days is the 30 next days for the rest of my life. Because if you can do that 30 days and then continue it over and over and over, watch how your life is going to change. If you're in a rut of sleeping in, eating bad, not working out, yada, 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 it's going to affect your business. It's going to affect your life. It's going to affect who you are and how you show up in this world. So you guys are all very powerful, beautiful human beings, and you can do anything you put your mind to. So, let's see. Um, So one thing that we were learning on Just in Time as well is that this is a sales industry. So if you guys aren't reading a book on how to be the very best salesperson, like real estate agents are failing, but sales people, like Zach is a salesperson. Like he came from sales, he's made 10,000 calls, and he can sell the shirt off of a small child to adult if he wanted to. That it wouldn't even fit him. He just knows how to talk to people to make it sound like a good idea. But it's from practice, you guys. He's done it so many times that it just rolls off his tongue. So really, I highly suggest if you guys can put into your 30 days, picking a sales book. If you need some help, we'll put some in the chat of Zach, do you know any off the top of your head that's really good sales books that they can listen to or read for the next 30 days? Like one?
Yeah. So obviously one of the top ones is what we've talked about a lot, on here, which is exactly what to say, for real estate agents.
Phoebe put
That's
it
one of the
up.
big ones. Yeah. Another one that I read, it's been a while since I read it, but I did really like it. It's called Drive. I'll send you guys the link to it. It's about understanding, other people's drive, what's your drive, the different characteristics, how to really connect with people, how to hear what they're saying, not based on words, but on their personality. So I'll send you guys the link to that one too. It was one I really enjoyed.
Awesome.
Oh, and then
And
Selena just yelled from over here, ninja selling.
selling. And then Mackenzie put how to make friends and influence people, Atomic Habits. Awesome.
Atomic Habits is a really good one. If you have not read Atomic Habits, I highly, highly suggest it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, babe. And it was so funny. Brett, we were doing our calendar this morning. So that's one thing to do is look over your calendar for the day and for the week. And I had a Grant Cardone, which I don't resonate with Grant Cardone. I really don't. He's like not somebody I would resonate, but he is the most in sales, he's probably number one, right? He can sell anything. So I signed up for something and Brett was literally going to delete it from my calendar. I'm like, don't you dare delete it from my calendar. Like, I'm going to be part of this and learn. I'm going to take something from it and bring it back to the team. So that's something I signed up for, even though like he's a little not my style, but I was like, maybe I need to be a little more Grant Cardone-ish and step into that being. So really, like, you can even look on YouTube, you guys, like, get your sales skills up. Whatever you have to do practicing in this 30 days, practice being a salesperson, because that's who you are. You know, that's what we're doing. We're in sales. So really hone in on creating that and cultivating that into your life as well. And and we're only letting ourselves off the hook, you guys. Getting into real estate, you wake up every morning unemployed. So we have to go out there and we have to get business, or we have to work our leads, or we have to do something. So really don't let yourself off the hook. That's why we have our meetings, you guys. That's why we have Monday and Friday. See where we're at, see where we need to be. How can we support you? So really like be your very best friend and be your boss, be your own boss and say, I'm not going to let myself, I'm not going to go out to lunch until I hit my goals because I'm committed to something these next 30 days. Like really, you guys make an impact. This is your life, you know? And it's either you will only change if the pain of failure becomes greater than just doing the work. And I'll repeat that again. You will only change if the pain of failure becomes greater than just doing the work. So why not just do the work and not have to experience the failure? And doing the work is simple. Like if you can commit 2 hours before your day starts, that's a big part of doing your work. And sales is an exchange of value. The more skillful you come with, the more value you will have to give. You will make more money. You have to practice sales. And then the client is buying you, but that is not what you're selling. You're always selling the next steps. And that's what Zach always talks about is selling the next steps. So some of the next steps could be the buyer's consultation, a seller's consultation, a Zoom, 5 to 10 minute Zoom. I wouldn't make your Zooms, you guys, if you're like, hey, let's do a Zoom. Please don't make them an hour or 30 minutes. Try and just make them under 20 because people see 30 minutes an hour and they're like, oh my God, that's a long time. Everybody has 5 to 15 minutes usually, and it doesn't seem like a big commitment. You're just getting connected, you're just getting related. So just make sure when you're sending those Zooms, it's a short Zoom and or meeting for coffee. Hey, let's meet for coffee. Hey, let's meet for lunch. I want to get in front of you. This is if they know, like, and trust you, they're going to do business with you. I feel like sometimes we're trying to excuse the what I'm going to use, but I feel like we're trying to jump into bed with people before you get to know people, if that makes sense. Um, it's really like connecting, bonding, and then inviting them to do business. So first you have to connect. That's where the forward questions come in. That's where family, occupation, recreation, dreams, like why are you moving? What's going on in your life? We tend to just focus on the home, and then we just think about like we're not getting into these people's world. Like, how am I going to trust you with my biggest investment of my entire life if you're not asking me anything about me? So when you guys are on the phone with people, talk to them like you're your friend. Talk to them that's like one of us. Like practice on role play. Practice like you're talking to Zach. You know, if you talk different to a client than you do Zach or one of us, you're not being authentic. So really, really hone in on being yourself. Like, how do I be myself? Because you all are freaking awesome. And if you're not being yourself on the phone, it's coming through inauthentic. So just talk to the person like it's no big deal. Like it's like you're just talking to your best friend or Zach or me or Brett or somebody on the team. Does that make sense to people? You guys all good? How's your energy? Are you guys good? We got energy pumping because we're manifesting our next 30 days, you guys. 30 days. Here we go. All right. Has anybody
Woo!
woo woo. Kathy, you're so cute. Has anybody been doing the 30-second on the run videos to your clients? Has it been working? I'd like to hear kind of a little bit from you guys. Have you been getting a response? Nothing
I
yet?
had one that just recently worked.
Mm-hmm.
That I was sending them from my personal phone because for some reason when I was sending them through Lofty, I kept getting like the undelivered message. So I just picked all the people that I needed to send a video to and send it through my personal phone. And I sent probably like 15. And one came back and she was like, "Thank you so much for taking the time to make a video. I've just been super busy. Definitely want to get this handled in the next couple of weeks." And we set a tentative time to meet next month, because she's like, "I'm busy with work all month." But she goes, "But I want to set up a time to meet if you can do the next 3 to 4 weeks." And I was like, "Yeah."
Awesome. Good girl. There you go. Being in auction. That's amazing. I have no clue what 30 seconds is. Oh, Kathy. So it's basically if you're in the car and you just do a 30-second video, while you're in the car, while you're walking, just, not sitting at your desk. It's in action. You could be 15 seconds, just putting a face to a name. So that's what the video is. All right, so write this down, you guys. So we're going to take a little bit more notes. We're almost done, another like 7 minutes. So for your next 30 days and that number that you guys put on your paper, how are you going to show up? And then we're going to just take a minute to really think about how are you going to show up differently this next 30 days, starting today, than you have the 30 days before or the year before or your whole life. Like really look at this as my new life and I'm creating my 30 days. So how would you show up differently? Okay, next one, and you guys can come back to it. How are you going to feel during this next 30 days? How are you going to cultivate that feeling of energy to change how you've been showing up? Are you going to be motivated? You're going to be full of energy. You're going to be inspiring. You're going to be a contribution to others. And then the next one, what activities are you going to do today on a daily to get to your goal in 30 days? And what are you going to do for your health to make sure that you're providing what your body needs, what your mind needs, what your soul needs to make sure that you're hitting your goals professionally and personally? And then the last one, what are your morning rituals going to be? What time are you going to wake up? Are you going to drink water? Hint, hint. Are you going to do meditation, yoga? The miracle morning is a really good one if you guys are kind of unsure what to do in the morning. All right, now as we wrap that up, remember you guys, everything is a reflection of your life. Be disciplined in what you want. Design how you're going to show, think, believe, and feel. Your life is designed by how we first think, and then what your belief is, and then the actions you take to make your life amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that. But anybody want to share anything they're going to do?
I just created a 90-day calendar. It's not necessarily a calendar, but it's like week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way for 90 days. And then at the bottom is my daily goals. If anyone wants a copy of that, just to make it easy, let me know. I can put a link to the file in Slack or something so anyone can print that off.
Yeah, Slack
And that way
that.
it's kind of a little easier than a calendar.
Thank you. Slack that. I like that, BB. You should make a shirt. Slack that. Thank you, Selena. Thanks, babe. That's great. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Anybody else?
I'll share. I think Justin talked about this a few weeks ago, but yeah, I have my little calendar and I color code it. So I have a mark for body and mind, or body, mindset, and then focus. So I kind of put what we were talking about in each of those categories, and then my colorful little pens, and then what I've been doing for the last few months, kind of, and it was from Justin as well. Those same 3 categories each month I revisit. So there's like July, August, September, where I put my goal for body, 3 workouts per week. I have an elbow injury, so rehab, and then mindset, read, the book I'm reading that month, and then career and finances. So the goals that I have for that. And then I just repeat that template each month, which has been helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to get my, all my licensing stuff done. Woohoo! That's my big goal this month.
Love it. Thank you guys. It really is like first creating it, writing it down and what you want to accomplish, and putting the action plan and time blocking. And I was sitting with Brett this morning and I didn't get anything done that I said I was going to do in that 2 hours. And he's like, look what you're doing. I was like, I talked to Zach. I did all the things. I had to prepare for this. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's like rewinding back to really taking, okay, 15 minutes, like 15-minute blocks within your calendar, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Did I do it? Okay, not. Then you have to add it to the next 15 minutes and then really look at your day and say, where am I out of integrity in my calendar? Because it really starts there. It's like, am I doing everything in my calendar I said I'm going to do? Set an alarm like every 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Hey, are you on track? Are you on track? Just to remind you. And then look, am I on track with what I said I'm going to do? Because that's where you have the most power, is in your day to day, in your minute to minute. And if you have those friends or family that take minutes or those clients that is like 30-minute calls, hour calls that you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, of course, if you're in your family and you're loving the hour call, that's fine. But energy to you, that's not always empowering. So remember in your mind, it's like, hey, I'm going to give this call 15 minutes. And after that 15 minutes, hey, mom, dad, sister, friend, client, I really got to go into this next meeting. It was nice talking with you. Give some sort of like leaving them empowered and great in their world, but move on with your life because this is your life and you're creating it. And if you let somebody else dictate your time, you're going to lose those minutes by minutes by minutes. And the end of the day, you're going to be like, what the hell did I do with my day? Oh, I talked with Bob for an hour. I talked with Jesse for an hour. I talked with this person. It's like, and your whole day's gone. So just being mindful of that and being okay that, hey, you have other appointments. Even if you don't have a physical appointment, you have an appointment in your calendar, do something else. So don't feel like you're lying to the person. Hey, I'm sorry, I got 2 minutes. We got to wrap this up. I got to go. But it's been nice talking with you. Have a beautiful, lovely day. And however you guys want to end the call, but just being conscious minded of your minute to minute because they add up to hours, to days, to months, to years, to your life.